Not many people hear of Rev It or the name Rev It, which does surprise me on account of they distribute their products to over 25 countries around the world. But then again, I suppose, fair play, they're the new kids on the block. In fact, they've only been going for just over a decade. They're a Dutch-based company, and they try wherever possible to do their best to produce any products, that's any form of clothing, boots, gloves, textiles, leathers, anything they can in as safe a manner as they possibly can, safety being a paramount. And they call their sort of registered aspect engineered skin. Let me explain a little bit. Rachel's got a nice little bit of kit on here. It's a leather jacket with a waterproof liner. So when you're wearing leather gear, you want it as safe as possible. That's the theory. So what they've done on this, with their engineered skin principle, is they've redirected the stitching away from vulnerable areas. So, to explain, normally on a sleeve, if you check your own jackets at home, you'll see that you have a stitch all the way down the sleeve and down the elbow, down to the cuff. In a very vulnerable place, you fall off your bike, that bit is likely to go down first. So what Rev It have done is positioned it in a different position. They've stitched it all the way up this point here, round the top and round the bottom underneath. So this area is one piece of leather. And that means then it's just that little bit safer, God forbid, if you hit the deck and test it. They do exactly the same in other areas of the products, on the knees of pants, for example, and the same on the gloves. They reposition the stitching. It's a great idea, but to do that, they have to include and incorporate a very clever computer-aided design system, three-dimensional cut, which also means that when they measure, for example, on the sleeve, they'll not just measure in several places, they literally measure in loads all the way down the sleeve, twice, three times more places than you would do with other brands, which basically means when you get to buy one or to try one on, they fit really, really well. Now that begs the question, does it fit nice on you?
It does, it's really comfortable.
Comfortable.
Yeah.
And you've got a leather on, which normally leather, when they're new,
it's
you
a bit
feel
stiff,
yeah,
but it's not.
But not the case.
Yeah.
Can you feel the body armour inside it?
Yeah, you can.
You know it's
just
on.
Slightly, yeah.
But not restrictive.
No,
That's exactly
not.
what you want. A confidence, you feel it's there, you know it's there, but you don't want restriction. That's the idea.
It's got waterproofs on the underneath.
Yeah.
What happens when it's nice and sunny outside?
Just take it out.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, yeah. So that waterproof line, it's a bit different. Normally with leather gear, you don't get waterproof and stuff.
No.
Catches you out in our unfortunate English weather, especially from where I come from in Manchester. So you would leave the liner in, or if you're on a hot summer day, zip it out, and and you can put it back in again. But not only is it waterproof, it's windproof as well, but it breathes. So it's nice and light to wear. The idea of the breathability and the windproof factor is, for example, if it's a chilly day, this front piece is mesh, so that lets the air flow in. By putting that liner behind it, stops the air, the cold air getting in.
Into your skin.
Into your skin. It makes you chilly. Okay. So that's quite unique, quite functional, so because you can use it in the winter, you can use it in the summer, all year round basically. There's pants to go with that. Yeah. And something Rev It do, which is quite unique as well, is they produce pants that happen to be different leg lengths, because such people as myself are vertically challenged. Are you? Good. All the best things come in small packages. And the idea is you get a right, everyone can get width around the waist, you can get, but not many companies do leg lengths. Yeah. Well, we do 3 different leg lengths to suit different people, for gents and for ladies, which is quite nice. Yeah. Then you get these fellas here. This is a different thing entirely. This is more sporty that you've got on. Yeah. This is more practical for everyday use. This is more of a touring product.
They're quite bulky though.
Yeah, it seems that way, but it's only because that is produced to suit in all conditions.
Do they
winter, summer.
Air through as well, just like this one?
Yeah, yeah, what they do.
Keep you cool.
It's because the material is more solid, so to speak. It's a firmer material for the worst of the weather. Okay. What we do with this one is you have vents which let the air in, here like that. They let the air through. Okay. Now that then would stop at that windproof, waterproof barrier. So you can take that out of this jacket.
As well?
Yep. And there's also a quilt liner. Okay. So in the very worst of weather and the very cold, you've got a quilt liner. You remove them all and you put them in a pocket in the back so it fits away, so you can carry it all in together. And the jacket that's on the inside, or you could say the liner, the waterproof liner on the inside, is a jacket that you can wear. So that's quite a unique feature from this particular brand. And then if I just move on to this one, this is an adventure sport jacket. This is like, how can I describe it? All circumstances. Your world travellers, the guys that go around the world, your Ewan McGregors of the world. He goes all over the place. He wants to live in his gear. Some of those guys sleep in it, drink in it, the lot. And that's what this is. This is, again, a multi-layer product.
So all weathers?
All weathers, all circumstances.
Okay.
They do pants to match, obviously a multitude of colours. In fact, there's an awful lot to talk about, and there's an awful lot of features, as there is with many brands. And the best thing to do is, if you want any more information, is to go on the Topgear Superstore website. They'll give you the information you need, or of course you can link then to the Rev It website, or any brands that you fancy and want more information, you can do so. And if you've got questions, you can also make a phone call. So just remind us again then, Rachel, what's the website?
Topgearsuperstore.com.
Thank you.